to attack the enemy's control points.
Get behind me, Doctor! I am fully charged!
You are listening to Control Point, a Team Fortress 2 podcast with Brent Copeland, Eric Fullerton, and Wes Wilson.
Control Point, episode 83, recorded on July 26, 2009.
I'm Brent Copeland.
I'm Wes Wilson.
And I'm Eric Fullerton. And together we make
three caballeros. Three gay caballeros.
Something like that.
We did that on an earlier episode, didn't we?
I don't think so.
Oh, if we did, it never gets old. So here we are in the midst of another episode of your favorite podcast on your iPod currently.
Really?
Or
Is
Zune.
that too much to say? Oh, Zune.
Or Zune.
Or Creative Labs. What are those weird things?
iRiver.
The iRiver.
iRiver.
Or a website. Maybe you've hit play and you're listening to us.
Which half of you do, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Half?
Half. Over half.
Yeah.
Well, I know that I don't download this to my iPod anymore. The only time I listen to the show is while I'm at work, and I'll pull up the website and listen to it at work.
So you're one of those.
I am.
You know, this week is kind of cool. On Friday, this has nothing to do with TF2, but just for a second, Chinese scientists are able to clone rats now.
All right.
Isn't that cool?
Why is that? We've cloned sheep and cats.
Well, this it's relevant in the fact that we now have the technology to clone a briefcase.
Oh, God.
I was wondering where that was going for a second there.
Wow.
And this isn't just an ordinary briefcase.
Has it got rats in it?
I don't know. This comes straight from China. This is a prototype clone. So
Okay.
We'll open it up and see what's inside.
Might be a bomb.
What do you see?
Wow.
What's
Rats.
in there?
Oh, rats. Okay, that was bad. What's in the briefcase?
Well, we have a classified document that outlines the evolution of a TF2 player. It's classified.
Uh-oh.
Well, we're going to declassify it on this episode.
Yes, we are. We're either that or we're going to jail. Valve is asking for money? Question mark? Exclamation point? Question mark?
Barbecue?
We've got an Xbox 360 update, and Valve is rethinking the item drops.
Yay!
Cool.
Yay.
Sounds good. Sounds action-packed.
Yay.
I like those topics a lot.
So do we got an MP3 for this next part, or is this spoken word?
Nope, spoken word, I suppose. So,
You want me to tell a story?
a story?
Yeah, I'll tell you a story.
Okay, I love stories.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy, and he needed a server. And he looked, and he looked, and he looked, and he couldn't find good servers anywhere. And then he found lowpings.net, and he lived happily ever after.
Wow, that was a good story indeed. So we've
There's a
mentioned it
sequel,
before.
and it's not very good.
This is the official CP servers are hosted on lowpings.net. And you know what I think would be a really cool thing is if they had some sort of like lowpings.net iPhone app. Although on the iPhone, and Johnny Napalm's our server admin on our servers. He's been using his iPhone for to manage things, to change maps or whatever. So you can essentially just log into their website on your iPhone and do all that stuff.
That would be really awesome.
Yeah,
I
that's pretty neat.
would love to be able to like kick people, you know.
Yeah.
Give you a spot to log in.
Yeah.
That's so wrong.
So that's pretty neat. A dedicated iPhone app would be pretty sweet too. But anyway, so
Get to work,
lowpings.net.
low pings.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all buy some Macs and dedicate them just to writing this one iPhone app.
One,
Yeah.
yeah.
A free one. Okay, how about status?
Status.
Status.
Hey, I played some this week.
Cool.
No way.
Yeah, it was actually this morning.
Really?
I got up and said, hey, I probably should play some.
Really?
This
We
week.
played Friday night.
Yeah.
Y'all should call me.
I sort of look for you online, and I don't see you.
I don't log in that much anymore.
Why not? Why aren't you ever on Steam?
I don't know.
I mean, I just turn on Steam if I'm online.
I don't know why it doesn't turn on automatically. Like when I think it eventually gets turned off, and I just need to reboot my computer more so it turns on.
Gotcha. I've actually been trying to be more energy conscious, and I'm turning my computer off when I'm not using it nowadays. I was always a Huh?
I said, I don't do that.
Yeah, I used to totally just leave my computer on all the time because I mean boot up times were horrible.
I mean, I have an extra computer that we never use, and I leave that on all the time.
Really?
All the time. Yeah.
See, I
think I'm gonna buy a new computer just to leave it on.
With Win 7, I can boot up in less than a minute. So
it is quick. We had a meeting the other night, and they were all upset because my computer ran out of batteries, and I had to plug it in. They're like, "Oh, now we have to wait for it to boot up." And I plugged it in, and like within 3 seconds, it was just like on and exactly where it was. I didn't have to even boot up.
So cool.
It was just on. Anyway, so I did play some Crazy Town at night.
I'm unfamiliar with this.
It's Crazy Town. You remember Crazy Town? No, Lazy Town, not Crazy Town.
Oh, yeah.
Lazy Town.
Crazy Town.
This one's even crazier. No, Lazy Town, but it's at night.
Yeah.
And it still has the same flaw of no forward respawn, so the game goes on forever.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there were some people with like 500 kills.
Yeah.
You know, this one thing. But you know,
teleporters for the win.
Yes, we had at one point we had 5 engineers with teleporters shooting everybody forward. But I went pyro after a while, and that seemed to be our team started pushing forward, getting to that 4th one, and I had some guy on the other team call me a backburner noob.
Oh,
really?
I was like, really? Like what goes into that, summation that I'm a backburner noob? Just that I killed you with the backburner? Is that it? And so, about 10 minutes later, I'm like, well, that's weird. You only have 3 more kills, and I have 30 more kills, so I'm not sure, maybe you're the whatever noob.
No,
I don't even know what he was playing. But then I got team switched.
Yeah.
Now I was on this D-bags. This D-bag team with the back burner, and all of a sudden we started pushing the other way. So I'm not saying it was me, but it was really odd that all of a sudden I was over there and we were pushing the other way.
You're totally saying it was you.
But it was a lot of fun. So I'll probably play a little bit more.
I always liked Lazy Town. The other one I liked better. That was the one that had the bend at the front. That's kind of the same way. It's long with the slope in the middle, but there's a bend at the end. Anyway, I forget. But I always enjoyed Lazy Town. It just ended up being a ridiculous snipe fest.
I think you're thinking of the one with the sewer. That's a big sewer drain, just all straight with the bump in the middle.
Yeah,
Lazy Town's the one that goes it's like all zigzag the whole way. So it's not really any line for sniper.
Okay, then I'm thinking of Lazy Town.
But it does have a hump in the middle.
Yeah.
Like where you got to run up to the hump. But there's just no forward respawns, which if you don't have the engineers, and even with the engineers, it was so many spies.
What's the straight one then?
God, I forget the name of it. I like it. Everybody hates it.
Yeah, it's just a big snipe fest.
But it's just a big sewer drain, basically outdoors kind of.
Yeah.
And they if you haven't played it in a while, they have completely redone that map.
Yeah.
It is insanely different. Like there's a point 2, there's a big tower now.
Yeah.
That you got to run around to get to the top, things like that. There's underground waterways, and it's just completely different. So, go have fun playing on that map that we can't give you the name.
Nice.
And no one in the chat room can either. I'm startled that no one's spit it out.
I'm used to people going blah 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 blah.
Hey, Brent, have you ever played DB Heights? We've talked about it a couple times.
I don't know which one it is, but yes, I have.
We finally.
I've seen the name.
That is what is that's like a remake.
It's a PL Dust Bowl map.
Yeah.
With some significant changes.
Yeah.
In the way the map goes.
We talked about that a couple shows ago, but I never got around to playing it. Or if I did, I don't remember. But yeah, it's cool. It's
I
really
like
neat.
it a lot.
At first, I was actually kind of confused because I thought they had made changes to the map. I'm like, what? I haven't played this long, and all these changes have happened. But I discovered that no, it was DB Heights. I'm like, oh, it's that map that everybody talks about. I haven't played yet, so that was pretty cool. That was on Friday night, I think. Or no, Saturday night.
No, it was Friday. We played some together.
Yeah.
We played some Observatory. Do you remember that one? That's the one where it's got the two control points on either side that open up the third one in the middle. And it's the big circular room.
Okay, yeah.
I really like that one. That one's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We also played. Oh man, what else did we play?
Dang, I didn't write them down. I don't
know.
remember. There's a couple people playing in the chat room right now.
But there was somebody that was British playing. Who was it? Do you remember the name?
Nintendo Ninja?
It wasn't Nintendo Ninja. It's who we got the whole bollocks thing from.
Oh yeah, bollocks. Who was that?
I don't know. I can't remember. But
Bomedius or
no, I can't remember who it was. But it was it might have been Boris. I don't know. But he had a lot of characters at the beginning of his name. You know, like I really. I get very frustrated with the people who have like three tags in front of their names and 2 tags after their names. So because I can't ever remember what they are.
It's like a little name nestled in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. But he was talking a lot, and you know how I feel about people who talk a lot. But at least he was moderately entertaining.
Yeah.
And he
that's the other thing we don't mention about talking a lot. If you're entertaining while you do it, and we think you're entertaining, then it's not as big a deal.
Yeah.
So really, it's just you're not entertaining.
But he was talking a lot, and so we started like kind of making fun of him, like not really making fun of him, but just enjoying his accent, and speaking in manners, and I think you started off with Govna.
Hello, Govna.
All right.
And then you were like, oh bollocks, and then everybody started changing their name to Bollocks.
Yeah.
And you know how I've been, hey look it's Wes. Well, I was, hey look it's Bollocks.
Yeah, mine was, oh bollocks, it's Nailhead.
Yeah. And so yeah, that was our Friday after dark name changing.
Yeah, you don't have to call me. I've been thinking about it. Don't worry about it.
We were having fun. There was a lot of big people in. I mean, it was Mentalk was playing. Well, it started off, I got to tell you, the Friendly Fire podcast server has been stealing a lot of our thunder. They have, like, I log on and I looked over and I'm like, our server has 14 people on it and their server has 18 people on it. I'm like, I should go and hang out on our server. So I went and got on CP number 1 and was hanging out on there, and then once I get on,
Boom Rocker came on. I think he was on.
Boom was on for a little while,
so we stole him.
But it's funny because like once we started getting on, like it steamrolls, like our snowballs, it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So
and steamrolls.
And I told Johnny Napalm he didn't need to change his name. He could just be Johnny Rotten. And that would go with the Bollocks thing, but he didn't.
He didn't follow.
Yes.
Little Sex Pistols reference.
Yes. Yeah. Which I got reminded by the. Yeah. Never mind the Bollocks. That's the Sex Pistols. So.
Sweet. I got an iPhone this week. iPhone 3GS, and I've been going nuts with apps and games and pretty much what anybody does when they get a new toy and they play with it nonstop.
I want an iPhone.
So I've been playing a lot of games. I've been, wishing there was some, like a Steam app or something like that on iPhone. That would be pretty cool. You could, chat and just see what people are playing and stuff like that. And even maybe, browse the store and watch trailers. I think it'd be pretty cool. Especially if you could buy something too, and it would just, your computer at home would just start downloading it or whatever. So there's really not much in the world of TF2 or Steam with the iPhone, so it's kind of saddening, but oh well. And Ustream, the Ustream app doesn't even work at all, so you couldn't even watch the show on your iPhone, although you can watch the show on your iPhone using YouTube or whatever, but I did that too. I was trying to watch one of our shows on YouTube, and it took forever to buffer because these shows are 2 hours long, So.
Oh yeah, and it buffers by percentage, doesn't it?
I think. I don't know. It just sat there buffering for the longest time. So yeah, it probably has to get like 80% or something. So anyway.
Have we thought about making our shows shorter?
Yeah, and that's about it for this show. Stay tuned next time.
Hey, we're on the front page of the iPhone app though.
We are?
Yeah.
Of the Ustream app?
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's kind of nice. I mean, there's 3 shows, and we're the 3rd one.
Oh, well, that's cool. Yay.
Yay.
I thought you'd be happy to know. And it's buffering it at 80%, 90%.
Oh, okay.
So maybe,
Maybe it's
watching
working for
live
you now?
works.
Oh, I don't know.
Whatever.
Anyway, let's see. I guess we can get into some of the meat because we have a pretty cool feature today for the feature on the loudspeaker. But first, we're gonna do a little bit of the old what do you call this segment?
On the loudspeaker.
No.
We're not going to do that?
We're going to do Johnny Napalm, State of the Server. And stuff.
What's the state of the server? What's the state of the server? What's the state of the server with Johnny Napalm?
Greetings, CP community. It's your friendly neighborhood server admin, Johnny Napalm, here with the state of the servers for episode 83. I'm doing this from my iPhone, which is cool. I think the only thing I changed was adding Warpath to the map list, so there you go. That's it for this week. Get out there and play.
Fast good trip! That's the state of the server with Johnny Napalm.
That's awesome.
That rules.
That was a quickie, wasn't it?
Yeah, that makes me want to play Warpath right now.
So that's all we got this week from Johnny. But you know what? His mic sounded exceptionally well this week because he used his iPhone to record it. And if I want to bring this up too, if anybody out there wants to send in content for the show, instead of just recording yourself with a mic and MP3 and all this stuff, you can use your iPhone or even a BlackBerry does this as well. You can just use whatever the audio recorder is, record yourself, and then just have it email to cp@deadworkers.com. And anyway, so that's just a quick and dirty way of somebody. You can just be out and you can be driving in your car and give us something. So.
You can also do a audio boo if you have an iPhone, right? Do an audio boo and just send us the link to the audio boo.
Yeah, that's true.
It's got to be under 3 minutes for that.
Yeah, audioboo.fm.
Just saying.
It's a way that you can audio blog or whatever on your iPhone, and I'm addicted to that, and so is Brent. And the cool thing about Audioboo is though, all of your recordings get put on the web. They get Twittered as well, and they also someone can subscribe to your Audioboo podcast basically on iTunes. So you just click a button, and anyway, it's pretty neat. So we're all iPhoned out this episode.
I don't listen to your boos.
You don't listen to my boos?
No.
My boos. Anyway, so let's go to on the loudspeaker. It says we have a bumper, but we don't.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah. This is on the loudspeaker. News and discussions. And the first one we have here is pretty cool. This is the evolution of a TF2 player. This was I found a forum or a thread in the Steam forums that this guy had this list of 14. Basically, he's describing the evolution of a TF2 player in 14 steps, basically, or in 14 mutations, if you will. And I thought these were pretty interesting. Some of these are not quite true, but I think we might be able to add to some of these, or at least just comment on some of these. So, do you have this page up, Wes?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to read them?
Yeah, we'll just go around. I'll do the first one.
The evolution of a TF2 player by Tongue and Groove. Number 1, you are new to the game. You will join any server that has an open slot. You will ask lots of questions. You may or may not read the message boards to find those answers. That's about right.
Yeah, pretty much. You open up the box and you put the game in, and you're like, how do you play this? I don't know. You're just checking it out, and yeah, so pretty much you're a nublet.
Brent, you want to go on with number 2?
Number 2, you're picking up some skills and you start to pay attention to your kill-death ratio. And at this point, you should probably be listening to the Deadworks podcast. Control Point.
Yes, I think that's somewhere around here.
Well, that one's interesting because you're paying attention to your kill-death ratio. I've never really thought of that as far as like.
That's not what when I was that early in the game. It was your points.
Yeah.
It's how many kills am I getting? How am I doing on the scoreboard?
Exactly.
It really didn't matter how many times you died as long as you were putting the hurt on the other team.
Yeah.
I was all about working with the teammates.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Goody two shoes.
You kind of circumvented some of this because you played the old stuff, though.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, but I'll just say instead of kill-death ratio, put in like points or something, score. I don't know. So number 3, you are starting to find a class that you really like and exceed at. You play this class most exclusively because you find that your kill-death ratio is getting around 1-0 on a consistent basis. So there we are with the kill-death ratio again, but still, the fact is that you're starting to actually find a class that you like and stick with it. I think that's a fair assessment.
yeah, and I actually though. I found when I first started playing, well, I mean, I had played previous versions of it. Yeah, I picked classes that I was good at, but I also tried to bounce around and do some more stuff. I didn't want to just be kind of pigeonholed yet.
Right.
Maybe new players, want to focus like that, but it wasn't until later I started focusing.
Okay.
Number 4, you are now more brave and you start to tinker with other classes a little bit. You begin to learn the ins and outs of each class.
Okay.
Well, I think that's logical.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything to.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much you've got the guy that you like, but you're still tasting other classes.
Yep.
And seeing what you like.
And so in 5, you now find that with most classes you can keep a consistent 1.0 or greater kill-death ratio.
This again with this ratio, I don't think people at this level are paying attention to it. I just don't.
Yeah. Okay. Number 6.
Is this as boring to anyone else?
It gets better. It gets intense.
Because I just keep thinking, what's the state of the server? Oh, I don't know.
Okay, number 6. Now that you are getting decent at TF2, you start to discriminate which servers you want to play on. Weird mods are no longer cool.
By the time you're getting 1.0, I don't necessarily. I think you've been discriminating by the time you started getting your favorite classes.
Okay, so it might have already happened. But it's good to say that, or it's good to mention the fact that you're starting to be picky about servers, and the fact that weird mods are no longer cool. That means you're beyond just having fun and messing around. You're serious, and you want to get better with that class that you've chosen.
Yeah.
And something about kill-death ratio, too. Okay.
My turn.
Wes.
After a while, you decide that 32-man servers are noobish. Too much spam, no room to get your skill on. It's only 24-man servers with no mods. I've never been a huge mod fan anyway.
Yeah, I'm only a mod fan late at night when I'm messing around.
I like wonky maps, but not wonky mods.
Yeah. True. Oh, hey, you know what? A quick insert. On Friday night, we played with the dice roll.
Yeah, I know. You guys left it on.
Yeah.
It was on Saturday all morning long.
Okay, I just remembered
So our
that.
server was full because it's showing up as a dice roll?
I don't know.
Huh, anyway.
But I got a
Okay,
message.
so-
I got a message from Brig. It was like,
They're all mad.
do you know that dice rolls on CP1? I'm sure it is. Mods can turn it on.
Yeah, but Nuke didn't work on it.
Really?
Just rolling of the dice, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Brent, number 8.
You then decide to step your foot into the arena mode. Only 24 or less players, of course, and no mods.
It's starting to get intense now.
And keep an eye on that KD ratio.
So now you want you want small, realistic servers. You're starting to step up your game. You don't want 32-man servers anymore. It's too much spam. It's too messy. It's not serious enough. And you're starting to do arena mode, which means you're really dedicated and you got one chance to live, and you take it, and that's it. So I think that's cool. The next one here, number 9. After a while, you are getting better and better. You are now consistently getting a 2-0 to 3-0 kill death death ratio or better on any public server. Time to find something new. All right, so you're getting better. Okay, that's kind of a given.
Yeah. Number 10, now you're worried about crits and spread damage, etc. No, only non-crit servers for me.
See, now you're just turning into like a snob.
Yeah, you become a TF2 snob. That's what it boils down to.
You no longer like the random crit. You don't like. I guess, how would I say it? I guess crits kind of brings in an element of randomness, yeah. And you want everything to be technical. You know your numbers. You got your math all figured out. You got a whiteboard next to your computer with all the equations and stuff like that. And crits, there's no room for crits anymore. I'm not at that stage. I like crits still, but anyway. Okay. Next.
Number 11, Brenty Jones.
You decided to start looking around for pugs where your true skill can be challenged and there are fewer players. What? It seems like the opposite to me, right? It's like you stay away from pugs because.
Well, pugs means a different thing. That the pugs is pubs. You're thinking pubs. You're not thinking pugs. Pugs in WoW are different than pugs in TF2.
Yeah, and I wish they would have chosen a different name then, because I still think of WoW or any other kind of MMO or group-based game where you pick up people.
Group, yeah.
Yeah, but here you're not picking anybody up. You're just playing with some people.
Well, it isn't this.
Well, I guess they're talking like backyard.
Yeah, this is
like,
where you're doing your pickup games where you choose who's gonna be on the team. You know.
Yeah.
And in WoW, it means you play
it.
with strangers. You play with people who probably
Yeah,
might suck.
Yeah, that's to me. When I hear pugs, I think strangers.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm thinking there needs to be a new word for it.
Well, it's too late. We didn't get there soon enough.
Yeah, darn. Oh well.
It's a 6v6 quick match according to Scorch.
Okay. Ah.
So
it's too wordy to say 6v6 quick match.
Yeah.
You could just say 6.
We're too late. We're too late. It's pugs.
Oh well.
We're too late. We did not get here soon enough. We didn't care and take a stand.
Hey, no, I'm printing T-shirts right now. We are making a stand.
Okay.
Change.
Where are we at right now? We're on number 12.
Yep.
Pugs or no?
Yes, we can.
Pugs. Yes, we can. Pugs no longer do it for you. Now you want to be in a clan. Not just any clan, a good clan that competes in leagues.
Yeah, I'm long.
Snobby.
I don't know any of these people anymore.
Yeah.
What kind of crazy mutant competitive game world have we entered?
Yeah. So we played the game for almost 2 years, and we're not up on this list.
Yeah,
yet.
I think they left me back around number 8 or 9.
I refuse to evolve.
Yeah.
So what's the next one here?
There's an irreducible complexity to my gameplay.
Nice.
Number 13. After your experience in a league clan, you are to the point where you can go to a public server and mop up a 5.0 KD ratio without breaking a sweat. And you do that sometimes just to show off and have a little fun.
So now you're kind of pimping out your skills to the common folk.
Yep.
To the civilians. Okay. I could see that. I mean, you've put a lot of hard work into it. Obviously, you know, you wanna show off a little. That's cool. So you're kind of devolving at that point. You're going back to the public servers where you were once a noob asking, hey, how do you make a exit teleporter again?
Yeah.
And now you're going back and making fun of those people asking those questions.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, this game's been out for how long?
And then you become a
You don't know what
griefer.
a control point is?
Then you become a griefer.
Yeah.
Which brings us to 14. Now you are to the point that 1v1 matches, deathmatch, is what really turns you on. What better way to show your skill than to 1v1 someone and own them, right?
Wow, 1v1, that's serious.
That's definitely going back, right? That's going to deathmatch mode.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So that's like the showdown.
Remember Team Fortress? Not anymore.
Yeah.
It's
no
I
Me
Fortress. Me Fortress, yes.
So I don't know. This list sounds pretty good. That was the last step right there.
Do you think they do that in Arena Duel?
Nice.
I think someone needs to make an Arena Duel map where it's
Yeah.
just 1v1. It just lets one person play and come out that door with each other.
That would be
That makes
awesome.
sense. So that's pretty cool. Where would you see Jennings being on this list?
Jennings.
Is there
Jennings,
even?
I think Jennings has his own list and would not want to be on this list.
Yeah, I think he's on a side timeline, like a parallel universe or something.
Jennings.
Yeah, I don't think he's a pug player. So I think he kind of skips over 11 and 12 and goes straight from 9 to 13.
Yeah.
Jennings.
All right. Well, cool. All right. Neato.
Okay, see, at some point I said this was really boring, and I was starting to snooze off, and you told me. You lied to me, actually, now that I think about it.
But it got you hooked, didn't
You
it?
said, it gets better. It did not get
It never
better,
got better?
anywhere in there.
Well, keep listening, folks,
It
because
was
it's
a
about to
snoozer.
get better now.
Oh, God.
Ready?
I hope he's not lying to you.
Our next week's feature, this is going to be interesting. I want to see if this works. We're going to talk about TF2 stereotypes, and I would love it if you guys sent in your ideas on that. You can email us or send in MP3s to cp@deadworkers.com, or use your iPhone and record yourself. Basically, an example of a TF2 stereotype, I just put 3 of them down here. One would be, most girls play pyro. That's a stereotype. It doesn't need to be true or false, it's just a stereotype. Another one would be, noob engineers stick together and put sentries close. Another one, a more silly one, might be, only French play as spies.
I got one. You get killed by a backburner. They from a backburner noob,
Yeah, there you go.
right?
You're a noob if you have a backburner.
Yeah, if you
equipped.
use a backburner, you're
Yeah.
a backburner noob. Not just a noob.
Not just any kind of noob. So anyway, so that's next week's feature. So just send in whatever. I mean, it could just be an email, 1 sentence long. Anyway. Cool. So we have a couple news items here. One is Valve predicts fan-funded game development future. Okay, that's a horrible headline. But basically, this stemmed from a video podcast that I listened to or watch called Good Game. It's from Australia. They've been doing this for years. It's a really good show. Anyway, this last Sunday they aired an episode where they interviewed Robin Walker. That actually they start off going to Valve's headquarters, and you get to see all kinds of cool stuff. You get to see like they have like all kinds of neat props there and stuff, like the Heavy's minigun up on the wall. They have a dispenser. Anyway, they interviewed a couple developers and kind of just kind of looked around the office and stuff, and revealed that they do a TF2 game testing thing daily. And so they kind of showed the offices, and everybody was sitting around playing TF2. It was really cool. Anyway, so the main idea behind this piece was to talk to Robin Walker, and it was kind of funny because the guy, he went all the way from Australia to San Francisco, is it? Or wherever they are. Maybe Seattle? I forget now where Valve is, but anyway. And he wasn't there, so the guy's like sitting in his chair, in his office chair, like, dun, 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 I'm sitting in Robin Walker's chair, I'm on his computer, and he's not here. So they were like, where's he at? I don't know. We came all this way. Oh, he's in E3. So they went to E3, and they sat him down, and he was really cool. He talked for about 20 minutes. I'll have a link in the show notes. You can watch this whole thing. It's about 30 minutes long. And he talks about the business side of Steam, and he talks numbers. Anyway, a lot of really cool stuff. But one of the big things that he kind of just revealed right then and there was the fact that they've been thinking about having some sort of user-donated drive to the TF2 development, which is interesting because since they don't have a subscription model, how are they going to continue developing? How do they continue developing? And how many people do you think really start playing TF2 these days once the game isn't new and shiny anymore? How are they, I mean, every now and then they'll have like 50% off or something, and it's pretty cheap. And
No, I only read the article, so I didn't listen to the podcast. So you're saying he was talking about stuff completely different than that's in the article? Because what I got out, it wasn't that he was really saying, "Hey, we're doing this for TF2," or even games they make. I got it. It was more for indie developers and stuff. And this is just an idea that he thought, he would. It was a prediction that he thought he would see it one day. Is that type of evolution? I mean, it's already happening in the music market.
Yeah. Jill Sobule, I believe, is working on getting her album fan funded, and there was somebody else. I heard an interview on NPR with them that is doing that as well, and basically says, I've got some music, I would love to get it out, and if I can get this much investment, and the best part is that there's profit sharing in it.
Yeah, which I think is good. The one thing I disagreed with completely from what he was saying was to let people have a say in it. I don't think when you're creating something like this, you want to let 1,000 people have a say in it. Now, have a forums where people can see stuff and post their opinion, maybe even have polls about certain things that you want to let people decide, but for God's sake, please don't let 1,000 people have a day-to-day say in it'll never get released.
Well,
when it does, it'll be a piece of crap.
What I would like to see for something like this is, how we were complaining about the command line things.
Right.
What if we could get 1,000 people who would get together and say, I'd pay $10 for a graphical user interface for, the Archon.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically what we do is we put together a group, and once we have that together, then, we are basically funding Valve, building the things. To me, it seems like a really good way to get things that you want in the game built, and a way to keep the company up and going, working possibly during some downtime.
Right.
So.
Well, this model has worked before. Actually, let me just say that a few people in the chat room have totally corrected me. It's Gabe Newell. I don't know why I was saying Robin Walker. Anyway, Gabe Newell. So anyway, I've seen this model work. I mean, basically, with the new advent of all these apps for the iPhone, selling apps and everything isn't really new. They were doing it way back in Palm days, but you always paid for what you got. Nowadays, what you're seeing is a lot of developers asking for money in exchange for a promise, and you see things like a version 1.0 to some certain software that is lacking a major piece of functionality that application desperately needs, but the developer is saying, but stay tuned, and the next update it will have it. So people are buying this stuff and funding the development of future features in iPhone apps. It happens every day. In fact, one of the big new games is Worms. Worms, I don't think it's EA. I forget who it is, but anyway. Worms is a silly game without multiplayer support, and the first version doesn't have it. Although they say, stay tuned, it will have it. And it's nothing but promises. And of course this disrupts the traditional retail model, but it seems to be working. And I think maybe Gabe Newell and friends have been thinking, hey, maybe it'll work for other adventures as well. So that is pretty neat. Hopefully it will work, because it's working now in other markets, so that will be cool. Who here is going to donate? Do you think just doing the show is our big donation? Because I kind of think it is. Not to be a cheapo, but we've gotten a lot of people buying the game because they listen to the show. We've gotten a lot of emails over the years, or over the year and a half or whatever, saying that I listened to your show before I even bought the game, and then I heard how cool it was, and now I got it, and I have it, and thank you. So I think we've done our part. But
honestly, if they came out with a game that sounded like something that I would like, I would definitely probably think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd definitely probably, think about it or something.
Yeah. So anyway, interesting stuff. All right, so have we gotten too serious? Should we get back to the silly stuff? Oh yeah, Valve is rethinking the item drop mechanic. They actually admit their fault, and they said it was a bad idea, and basically there's an article just kind of saying that. And it's this is actually an interview with Robin Walker.
Yes.
Sure it is.
And one thing he says is that they've learned a lot. That they've learned that the random drop system is only good for some types of things like the rare cosmetic hats, which I still find it funny that people are leaving themselves logged into these idlers to get the hats. I mean, I haven't played a ton, but I sort of thought I would have gotten a hat by now.
Yeah.
And I haven't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the sheer randomness of everything. I think it would be more like, you kill 10 medics and you get a medic hat or something.
Yeah.
You kill, throw some quests in there, right?
Yeah.
You walk out, and while you're waiting for the map to start, there's a guy there, hey there, you kill me 10 engineers on this map, and I'll give you this shiny new engineer hat.
That's true. I think they're kind of gearing up for TF3, the MMO. But they could start early. I like that. Little quests. All right, so what's next on the plate?
There was there's something about an Xbox 360 update.
Xbox 360 is on the. I mean, they have TF2 on Xbox 360.
Apparently.
What's up with that?
This is weird. As you know, Xbox updates don't come very often, and they don't really make the news. But this one is interesting because they have this big update, but they neglected to put in tons of stuff that has already been put into the PC updates. For one thing, you can turn on crits, you can turn them off, so you can toggle that on your server or whatever you use to create a game in Xbox 360.
Xbox 360.
And also, what was the other thing they did?
Number of players who can choose a certain class. They're basically giving you some of these options that you can do on the command line. That they actually had to do it with a GUI, right? So maybe we'll be seeing a GUI with some of these options they're putting in for. So now we're going to see a reversal possibly, right? Some coding having to be done for the 360 that might find its way ported back to the PC.
That's true.
If they listen to this podcast and they take your advice.
Yeah, that's true. So that's cool.
This looks like a free update, which is the reason why it probably doesn't have all the classes and everything in it.
It's probably put out as like a bug fix or something like that.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to bundle a half a dozen classes, some new maps and gameplay modes, and put those out as a purchasable, downloadable content for Orangebox for the
DLC
for the Xbox 360.
No, I don't see why they don't. I know they're big into, giving a bunch of stuff free, but just as playing the Xbox and playing things like Castle Crashers, I mean about the Castle Crashers update without, a second thought, getting new weapons and new classes and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So it seems like, in my mind, if I only played it on TF2, it would be worth it for me for that $5 or so to get all the new classes and all the updates and the maps. I'm like, just go ahead and do it. Why not put out a smaller pack that I can go ahead and get if I want, and say later, this pack's going to get more stuff, so you can wait and get a bigger pack later for a little bit more, or you can buy this pack now at a cheaper price. They just need to get it out there for the people on the 360. Let them play the game like they think it's supposed to be played.
But it's weird that they would be charging one platform. I mean, everybody in the PC world, we get everything for free.
Well, it's not their fault. It's Microsoft is the one saying you can't just put out free content like that. You've got to make people pay for it.
All right.
So, and that's why they've kind of held off, because they don't want to charge people. But what I'm saying is, everybody in the Xbox is used to paying those for updates. So just go in line and do it.
Yeah.
For the Xbox, I think some people would rather just have the content, and they're not going to be crying over the $5.
Right.
Hero 3 posted a link. There's a guy in the Steam forums who posted what his possible drop rates on hats are, and his math makes some assumptions. He assumes that there is a drop interval of 25 minutes, and that the chance of acquiring an item on each drop is 1 in 4, and that the odds of that item being a hat are 1 in 200. So
and these numbers come from what?
This is just his assumptions. Okay.
So
and I mean it's basically what he's doing is he's saying let's put out some ideas for what it would take to get a hat. And I think that's about right. I mean I get a drop once about every 25-50 minutes of gameplay.
Did you get something Friday night?
I did. I got another can of the bonk.
I got
Drink.
another sandwich.
So
I got nothing all morning after 160 kills. Nothing.
Really?
So anyway, his basic point is that with these numbers, it is interesting to note that 10% of players will acquire their first hat within 35 hours of play. But 1%, it says 10% of players still won't have a hat after 750 hours of play. So even if you play a lot, there's still a 10% chance, and even if you're really unlucky, 1% of the players won't have any hat after 1,500 hours of play.
Jeez.
That's just wrong.
So
Open up the store, let me buy them.
So anyway, I'll put a link to this in the show notes, and you can look over his math. And he made a little graph, and you can sort of see it.
Wow.
I thought that was kind of an interesting little development.
It was. I will give you this. It was more interesting than that evolution of a TF2 player debacle we had
I
earlier
thought it was
in the episode.
awesome.
I'm sure it'll be just as riveting as the stereotypes we have next week.
Yeah. Maybe if it was the revolution of a TF2.
Yes. Pick up the flags that say Nog and storm the castle. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, am I correct in assuming that we have a new tune this week?
Yes, you are correct.
What type of tune? Am I going to be getting calcium with this tune?
You are indeed. Let's just hope you're not like.
Are you going to pour milk over my head and rub my nipples with this
Pour
tune?
some milk on me. Okay, so here it is, another excellent milkshake tune.
It's been one match since you shot at me, but you're out of the scope and locked onto me. 5 rounds since you balked at me, saying one and then now really just annoys me. 3 spawns since you cleared me up, my TF2 skills have really got corrupt. A second ago, I was killed so fast, but it'll still be 2 rounds till I make my attack. Hold it now, we'll watch the heavy, he's gonna slay me with his huge ass minigun. And now he comes up and he kills me so fast, my life is fast, he's so fast because my guts are spilled on the floor. Right now I blame that damn spy, cause he's a new boy. Won't I admit I'm a scrub? Turrets try and shoot me, but I run through. They don't have a clue that I was a hacksaw. But when I try and bust a rhyme about the time I play the game, I get hate from the Ustream chat room. Don't be sipping on your haterade, cause I came and betrayed your team and stabbed you in the back in this game. I can't help it if I wanna sing about the game, even though my singing voice is really lame. I'm the kind of guy who laughs when you get shot, even though I get my ass pulled a lot. I can't help sharing my TF2 feelings. I have a history of having a weird voice. It's been 1 match since you dominated me, shot your player in the air and made me flee. 5 rounds since you built that sentry, I still got the rocket stuck in my spleen. It's been 3 spawns since you made me dead, shot me in the face and then I bled. A second ago I was killed so fast, but now I'll wait till you die so you can get fragged. Ah! Help me to cap this one last point. Help me now or the end after you'll disappoint. Try and bust their head in with your big bat. No, you won't take crap, cause you're the whited little scout now. Gonna try and run across the big bridge, jump onto the ridge, and shoot those damn snipers in the face. I'm like the hitman for the red team. I'm letting out steam by killing people in the face. I wish I could run across the map like a snap and not be seen, but not be as annoying as a spy now. Yes, I'd like to help my team by making scenes to kill the other team while I hear their screams of pain. I can't help it if I wanna sing about the game, even though my singing voice is really lame. I'm the kind of guy who laughs when you get shot, even though I get my ass pulled a lot. I can't help sharing my TF2 feelings. I have a history of having a weird voice. It's been 1 match since you shot at me, but you're out of the scope and locked onto me. 5 rounds since you balked at me, saying one and then now really just annoys me. 3 spawns since you bleed me up, my TF2 skills have really got corrupt. A second ago, I was killed so fast, but it'll still be 2 rounds till I make my attack. It'll still be 2 rounds till I make my attack. It'll still be 2 rounds till I make my attack. I just got a Steam message, oh crap.
What up?
Now there's a story behind this, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a story behind the song, I think.
I was actually going through.
Just what it is.
Actually, I gotta be honest. I never really liked the original song. And I don't think you did either, Wes.
No, I don't really care for the song.
But I liked what he did with it. I love when he sings with himself and he like layers it up. But anyway, this is actually an old Milkshake tune. This was sent to me back in May, and somehow I missed it. I don't know what happened, but you know, the last week we played one of his songs, and you can tell his mixing skills are getting better. So we've kind of reverted back to an old Milkshake tune. So anyway, so that was the story, but that was the song. That'll be in the show notes.
And interestingly enough, that story was more entertaining than that segment we had earlier.
The
earlier on
evolution.
the evolution on a TF2 player.
All right, so we're gonna go to this is a question from Dr. Taco.
Dr. Taco!
And
Taco.
here's the question.
Are we sure it's not Taco?
CBS here with the doing further questions like this. So, who has your dream quest provided that arms and valves?
So that was the question. What do you
Who's
think?
my dream quest? Well, I travel across the mountains.
So
But it doesn't go that far.
so he
Start singing everything in that.
I know.
so that was obviously recorded backwards. And so he actually sent the translation in, which is good because
This one was tougher than last week.
it was very tough. So here, I'll play it again. I'll read over it. Ready? Let's see.
Hello, CB.
Hello, CP. What is your dream guest?
Nope.
Further questions like this.
What is?
So, who is your
I
dream
thought he
quest
translated. He didn't even translate right.
There's a piece in the middle he left out.
that arms and valves?
Wow.
Bad
So-
Easy is evidently a Twin Peaks fan because
Oh yeah.
turn me on, dead man.
So, but his translation was, "Hello, CP. What is your dream guest, provided they aren't in Valve?" So, I guess
Oh, no,
there were
wait.
some other things in there too. But
That was from the Beatles, wasn't it? Turn me on, dead man.
ah, crap, I forgot. Beatles song.
I'm gonna have to go with not Valve though, right?
Right. No one in Valve.
I would have to go with a comedian that played TF2.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Hmm.
Because I mean, there's not a whole lot of stars in the TF2 community that
Yeah.
are interesting to listen to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you would want somebody who, you know, is at least funny.
I would get Trent Reznor because he plays a lot of first-person shooter type games, and he'd probably bring in the numbers.
Yeah, but
that or Brian Bushwood.
Brian Brushwood? Yeah,
Brian
that's
Brushwood.
true. I would love to have Brian Brushwood on the show.
That was just someone's was saying in the chat room.
Oh yeah, totally. Jennings, of course, is always a good guest. Sean Connery, he's got an awesome
But
voice.
we're going for dream guest.
Yeah.
You know, these. No offense to these people, these are obtainable people. We want
like-
the dream guest,
Yeah.
like the genie from Aladdin, if he played
Ah.
TF2,
Well, if in that case, I would get the NG on here.
and not the chief.
Isn't the chief already here in spirit?
No, because I shot him in the head.
Oh. So I don't know. I would probably go with a celebrity that plays first-person shooters. If someone actually played TF2, that'd be a shot in the dark. But it would be cool to get some sort of celebrity. But I like somebody funny, like a stand-up comedian or something. Yeah.
Sweet.
I mean, there's a bunch of people, celebrities that play WoW. That would be a little easier.
or
to
somebody hot.
book.
You know, maybe like
If it was a live guest, yes.
yeah, somebody
Someone's
hot.
If I can look at boobs, I'm always for looking at boobs.
Like who?
I don't know. Like, does one boob matter from the other if I'm just looking at it?
Like if Megan Fox played TF2, get her on the
Megan
show.
Fox.
Yeah,
Megan Fox.
from Transformers.
Or what's her name?
You don't know who
from
Megan Fox is? Really?
I'm bad with names.
She's
I
the
saw her
one who she's the one who's looking at the car. She knows the car stuff.
Yes.
Transformer.
Megan Fox.
That'd be
Googling
fine
the
with
name.
me.
Wow.
So-
I'm impressed, Eric. I did not think that there was a male on the planet who did not know who Megan Fox was and was under the age of 40.
I see her picture. I've Google imaged her, and I don't recognize her. What's she been in?
Transformers is the big
first
one.
one. I kind of ignored that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I
The whole
just-
tiptoeing around the family, the house, that was bad. I prefer the cartoon with Weird Al.
I have some other weird people that I think would be cool. Like if Christina Ricci played, I think
There you
Christina
go.
Ricci would be fun to have on the show because she's funny.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, that's mine then. I'll do that. I'll steal your idea.
Boobs. So boobs it is. We went from comedian to boobs. I love how we think on this show.
Maybe Winona Ryder, but she'd probably steal something. Oh!
No!
All right, let's go on to the next email we have here is from Korn. And it says, hey, CP, when I play TF2, I like to have some music playing in the background. Do you like music while playing? If so, what kind? And if you could replace the Team Fortress 2 main menu theme or tune with any song, what would it be? I think the theme song is great. I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, and they've got a couple extra songs in there they've been putting in. There's like that Italian bistro one that gets played every once in a while. No, there's one that's like kind of accordion-ish.
Oh, okay.
And then they've got all kinds of great little stuff they've been shuffling in there.
I love that style. French, I guess it is. But yeah, I listen to music in the background. I have like Pandora or Slacker in the background, or a player like Winamp or iTunes or something. I'm usually playing something in the background, or actually when we're just messing around, like when we're up late playing and stuff.
I never play music, never do. And I mean,
so you never use source tunes either, huh?
No, it's not. And maybe I should. Because I'm dreadfully unexposed to music right now. Like I listen to so many. My iPod is full of podcasts, and I don't have a single. I don't have any music on there at all.
Oh, okay.
So it might be smart for me to maybe start listening to music while I play games because I'm not.
Well, you only need one song on your iPod. That is, "Oh No You Didn't." Oh no, you didn't.
No.
Okay.
Oh no, you didn't.
Or something by Toto. So yeah, that was it. What was your answer?
I don't normally listen to music in the background just because I want to hear what people are saying.
Okay.
But you'll watch TV while you play.
But I can't while I play TF2.
Oh.
It'll be on, but I can't really listen to it.
Yeah.
But and that's the other thing. I've been playing some WoW lately and getting into groups and raids. I really don't enjoy that because then I can't watch TV. And I hate to say it, but I just went back and watched because I want to go see the new Harry Potter. So I went back and watched all the Harry Potters this weekend just while I'm playing.
I've been taking care of my daughter. We can't get her into. Wendy went back to work, but we can't get her into daycare yet. And so I've been taking care of her 2 days during the week, and the easiest thing for me to do is watch movies. So I watched Tropic Thunder. I watched I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. I watched Death Race. I watched No Country for Old Men.
See, just wait till your kids get old enough and they start getting some decision power in there, and then you get to watch Hannah Montana Waverly Way on Deck movie.
Yeah. That was the #1 show on cable last week.
I'm not surprised. It was really good.
It was Wizards on Deck with Hannah or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy crossovers.
Yes.
Maybe we could get iCarly on here. She does video podcasting.
iCarly?
Random dancing! Wait, it doesn't work the same.
I'm not a podcaster, but I play one on TV.
Oh, man. Family-friendly podcast here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, did we answer that one enough? Can we go to... Do we actually have a QOTW?
Yeah. We got a Fritz question of the week right here.
Hey guys, my question this week is this. Other than the engines it's previously been in, which engine would you like to see a version of Team Fortress in? See ya.
Okay.
What game engine?
Yeah.
Crisis Engine.
Crisis Engine?
Yeah. What's it called? The I can't remember what it's called.
You know, the Unreal Engine has gotten so many updates to it, and it's just really evolved. I might go Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
Mulder
talking the
says
old one or anything.
Crytek engine.
Oh, Crytek,
Yeah.
yeah. The Cry engine?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that would be pretty sweet. That'd be a little taxing.
But I don't think it needs it. I mean, I really don't. I think Source Engine works great on it.
Yeah.
I want to see it like more like a Zork engine. Go back text-based, be like east. Launch rocket.
Chaos enters the room.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah. Or the Gang Garrison engine.
And you could play it on any machine.
That's true. That's true. Do you remember did you ever get on the old local BBSs, Brent, and
Grandia?
Aiming your Z-Poog at people? Do you remember that?
Was that the Russian, there's two games I based, no, three. Galactic Empire.
Kyrandia was the one.
Kyrandia I played. And then there was one with like Cab, the Russian or something.
I don't remember.
It was crazy.
But in Kyrandia, yeah, it was all text-based. And
I don't remember pointing weapons in.
Yeah, there were these bushes, and everything was really obtuse. Like nothing made sense because old text adventure games, doing anything, and basically there was this kind of puzzle, this 25-level puzzle, and we never bothered with that. We just ran over to these bushes and grabbed these Z-Poogs, and you ran into a room, and you would have to set your macros, and you'd be like, aim Z-Poog at so-and-so, and you'd be like, boo, 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 and you'd kill them before they knew what was going on. It was awesome.
Nice.
So you're playing this text game, and if anything scrolls up, you're ready to hit east,
I always got lost in the woods because I couldn't remember what the combination was to get out, like northeast, west, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, damn, I'm in the woods again.
You could do like the AGI, like the old Sierra games. The AGI engine, which Space.
Did you just look up the engine?
No, I wrote an interpreter for so that you can create your own AGI games. At one time, it was a compiler.
So can you do a TF2 one? It's like the Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah.
And the soldier walk in.
Yeah. Like the or the Scum VM engine.
Yeah.
Remember the Scum?
Yep, Scum engine. Monkey Island.
Yeah. Yeah, good times. Anyway,
yeah.
Oh, the build engine. I was trying to think of Duke Nukem and Shadow Warrior and Blood. Remember all those games?
Yeah.
That was the build engine. The pseudo 3D engine that was actually 2D. But it was like Doom, It wasn't real 3D, but
the only engines I could really tell, like the upgrades, were Source, Crytek, the Quake, and then there was one other.
Halo engine? I don't care for it.
No, Unreal. When Unreal 1 came out, that was one of the best multiplayer experiences ever.
It was.
I had a big LAN party, and we all got our computers set up, and we played Unreal 1 head to head. It was that and StarCraft. We played tons of that weekend.
What is the StarCraft engine name? Or Warcraft 1 or 2 or 3?
I don't know.
I don't know if they have.
But Hero 3 pointed out. He said he wants RTS Team Fortress.
Yeah, I do too.
No, you don't.
Falcon.
Barracks upgrading to create soldiers with rocket launchers.
Yes.
Falcon reminded us that we're back to boobs via Leisure Suit Larry.
Yep.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Boobcast. Who would argue? Okay, so in surveillance here, it looks like someone has found a TF2 tower defense.
Oh yeah, this is amazing. Have you guys seen this?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, it's cool.
So this is just something recreated with Gmod.
Yeah,
Gary's
this
mod.
is.
It's not an actual game you can play. I guess if you have Gary's mod, you could play it.
Yeah, exactly. It's through Gary's mod, and this server is actually live. He has all the server IPs. Go to pulsareffect.com. I'll link to a YouTube video where you can actually see that it is a multiplayer game with a bunch of engineers, and you run around and you place the different classes on top of, along the path. And along the path, instead of little creeps or whatever that come by, they're TF2 people. So it's like red versus blue. So you're blue on top placing the creatures or the classes or whatever, and the red people just run along this predefined path. And the video is pretty cool because it shows a couple heavies sitting around and a pyro standing there burning everybody who comes who passes through his path, or whatever. Pretty cool, very cool. I would love to play this, and I have Gmod, so I should fire it up. And
You have
check it out.
Gmod?
Yeah, I've had it for a long time. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
I've tried these online games with Gary's mod, but it's like you log into like a server and it's like loading 500, 1 of 500, blah blah blah, and it just sits there counting out. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not waiting for this, and I hit cancel out.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually like gone into a multiplayer game yet.
That's a good point. It's more like, if you're gonna play this game a couple times, it'd be worth it. But I mean, I love tower defense games in any platform, but this is more novelty. I think it
looks cool.
Yeah, it definitely looks awesome. So anyway.
And it's Pulsar Effect. Did you already give that?
Yep, pulsareffect.com.
The next video rules. So the next video we have is from Manthrocon 2009, and it's a video of a spy crab.
Yeah, a real life spy crab walking around at Anthrocon, and this is pretty funny because he's like,
I think what's almost funnier is the people around him. Like, what is that?
Yeah, like, what is happening?
Is that ginning? Can we get confirmation that is ginning?
Ginning. It just might be. There's even something funnier about this story is that this was at Anthrocon. I forget what state this is in, but you know what kind of convention this is?
Would they throw men around?
No.
Oh, I just got to that part of the video. It's a furry convention!
Yes.
Manthro.
Oh, and the spy is walking through the con wearing a furry on his little white disguise mask. Okay, this is one of the best videos I've ever seen.
I told you this episode was going to get better.
Well, you said that question.
Well, yeah.
I knew the episode would get better after that segment.
Evolution.
This is awesome.
So check that out. That was submitted by Ash Williams. Found that video and sent it in. So
does he stab any other furries in the back?
Hopefully.
What's up with the balloon? I don't have audio here, so I don't get the balloon. But there's a big balloon in there.
There's a balloon.
It says lol what on it, I believe.
Lol what.
Well, that's nice.
Very cool. So yeah, look at that in the show notes for sure. And then there's just a little thing about CEVO here. If you join CEVO and iGames for free, Left 4 Dead versus Tournament 4v4. It's sponsored by the new Alienware Arena. It's free to enter with $1,500 in cash prizes. Standard CEVO competition settings apply. Registration slots are limited, so sign up today to guarantee your team a slot. Learn more and register now for the Survival of the Fittest tournament at http:// No, I'll put the link.
I was about to say, come on, dude.
So yeah, a little you can make some cash.
And if you want a little bonus link, this is just bonus for the episode here. If you watch that last spy one with Manthro, there's one that'll pop up after called Spy Sappin' Muscrubsy. And let me just say, it's just humorous. He's like behind another guy, like about to backstab him, and the guy will like turn around and he'll like stop and just start talking to someone else. But it's just so surreal seeing him do this, but then in the back corner of the video there's like a rat talking to like someone else. Like, man, we need one of these furry cons here. Those were awesome.
There is a furry convention here.
Yeah, there was one in Huntsville.
Yeah.
I missed it.
The North Alabama Fur Fest, I think is what it's called. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think there were 2 full fursuits at the North Alabama Fur Fest.
Wow.
So.
Scary. So there's a couple of shout-outs. I want to shout out to Lawler Skating, who couldn't be here to watch live, and she's usually here watching, and she was all sad because she missed it. So I thought, hey, what if I shout out? I'll make it better. Fully Charged. I want to shout out to him for enjoying my accordion skills from last week in the after show. Me and Brent were playing some. He was playing guitar, I was playing accordion, and in fact, I put a bunch of those songs that we did live on the forums. So there's a couple of weird versions of Wagon Wheel out there. And in fact, I added 10 new songs on the ever-growing CP tune list, including the Chaos song that Johnny Napalm did. Remember?
Yes.
So anyway, so check that out. To look for that link, just go to tf2.deadworkers.com, and on the right side you'll see a link that says download music from the show. Also, a shout out from Crescendo1897. This is a shout out to his mom, Kath, who I guess listens to the show.
Hey, Kath.
Really?
What up? And also to Boris, because he likes to eat the sandwich. Hey, who could complain with the sandwich? So
you know who I'd like to give a shout out to?
Who?
Lowpings.net, because they do a fantastic job of keeping our servers up pretty much 24/7. And also Johnny, a big thank you for keeping those servers up. When
Johnny.
they do go down for whatever reason.
True. And you know, we do have a YouTube channel, and it is youtube.com/user/deadworkersparty. You can check out our episodes and stuff if you want to watch them.
Yeah, and if you thought that little segment with the evolution of a TF2 player was stale and old and was not worth listening to, well, you need to put in some of your own feedback for next week and let us know your TF2 stereotypes, because we want to make sure it's the best segment possible.
Yeah, TF2 stereotypes. Let us have them. And all the other stuff is standard fare. Everybody knows how to contact us and listen to the show, so I'll spare you all of that stuff for this week. Any final words before we depart for another week?
No.
That was a good word. Brent, you have a nice word?
Boo.
Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. La, 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 la. Okay, this is the end for real. Bye.
You are now at the end of another episode of Control Point.
Victory.
Every one of you deserves a medal. A podcast brought to you by the Dead Workers Party. See the show notes and leave comments for this episode at controlpoint.deadworkers.com or leave us a voicemail at area code 256-513-4772.
Auf Wiedersehen.
That was terrible! Horrendous! I'm offended! I'm appalled! So what are we gonna do? Oh, what else? Email it to everybody we know! Good idea.